Welcome back to Influencers. Tell us about what the Speaker's Office does that maybe people might not know.
You know, it's interesting. So as Speaker, I'm in charge of 42 members of the Assembly, both parties. It's part of the obligation to lead that body.
Sounds fun.
Well, it can be challenging, but I also still have to tend to my own district. And I don't know that people realize I'm an assemblyman in District 8 in the southwest part of the valley, and I have to tend to my own constituents just as much as the rest of the state. So it's a balance, and I don't necessarily approach it any differently than my other colleagues, but I have this extra responsibility of managing the whole body.
I recently saw you at Hope for Prisoners, and I've seen you a couple times, but this was an emotional one, and I happened to be sitting behind you, and I saw the emotion. I actually appreciated the emotion. Do you believe there's equal justice for minorities?
I think that's always going to be a challenge. Keep in mind, I'm from Compton, California, where I think inner city fights for justice in many ways began, at least on the West Coast. So I think that there's frequently a disparate impact on communities of color. Often well-intended policies have a disparate impact. So I think we have to bring all of our partners, including law enforcement, to the table so that they see that impact and we can make adjustments to how we implement those policies so that they don't have such a negative impact in a large way on communities of color.
Yeah. And tell me why you were emotional at the graduation.
Well, criminal justice reform, and in particular diversion and reentry programs, have been a passion of mine since I advocated for Clark County. I was a public defender for nearly 8 years. I saw firsthand how we lost out on opportunities to give people the tools to reenter the community. So it's something that I felt strong about for years. We've advanced great policy, and we're going to advance some more. But that particular day was especially emotional with a couple of stories that I don't think there was a dry eye in the room.
Yeah, I mean, you had a lady who was shot by a police officer
Right.
who wanted to say, I'm sorry to him.
Right, and thanked them.
And I believe that, think about this, I believe 2 people were saved that day because I spoke to the officer and he had a heavy burden on him. No police officer wants to shoot anybody,
right.
as far as I believe.
Right.
And so that was an amazing moment.
Well, and I'm sure it's not often that someone in her position says thank you to law enforcement.
right.
So it was a very moving moment.
Yeah. We will be back in a moment with Jason Frierson. Yeah, that was